Welcome to the arena and welcome to Gladiator's Mastermind. And of course, the one and only speaking, Lord Gladiator the Dragon. All right, let's start immediately into diving into today's topic. All right, this is another mastermind. And don't forget, who is the master? The only reason why you're here is to understand you, which is what I covered in the previous teaching, is to master self. Before you master your environment, your reality, you must master self. And what are you? Okay? The authority you've been given, the authority you have over this realm of reality, the authority you've been given over earth is to be a magnetic authority shaping time, energy, resonance. All right? A magnetic authority shaping time, energy, resonance. This is rhythm, okay? Everything around you is in rhythm. Everything vibrates, all right? Energy, your being of energy, right? Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's only transformed from one form to another. So this is energy. Everything around you is energy, all right? Different frequency. And there's only two things that you are. You're a mind and a body. And your mind and matter. Body is matter. The same matter that is used to make this is used to design everything around you, including your shirt. Everything came from the soil, okay? Everything came from earth. The mind, however, is not of earth. It's different. It's from above, which fulfills the law as above, so below. But the authority you've been given, if you want to dive into more details about that, go check the other previous videos. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, what are the powers you have, the authority you've been given, the dominion you've been commanded to have on earth? Okay? You have dominion on earth. We're going to call this commands, all right, and laws. Okay? You have the ability to speak and to create laws, which brings us to today's teaching, which is your words are commands and your writings are laws. Okay? Whatever you speak, whatever comes out of your mouth is energy. Okay? It's not just words, you're not just having conversations, you're actually pouring out things you believe to be true. Whatever conversations you engage in, you only speak of them because you believe it to be true. Either it's something you like or something you do not like. It doesn't really matter, right? The only power you have here is to be a commander, all right? You're a commander of the subconscious, which brings us back to, right? Let me dive into the visual representation of what I'm talking about right here. All right? You have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. All right? This is your body. Okay? Body. This is a tool of your mind. Okay? This is a tool of the mind. All right? The mind is divided into two parts. The one that makes you a living being, the one that makes you a commander of reality, right? The one that makes you a master authority shaping time, energy, resonance is the ability to input, to initiate command of whatever you want your own reality to be. Let me make this very clear. You have billions of people all on earth living in the same city, probably working at the same place, studying at the same university. However, what's so unique about you is how different, how unique your experiences are, right? Your experience is never the same as the next person. Why? Because everyone is shaping their own perspective. Everyone experiences a unique perspective. It's never the same. It doesn't matter if you're siblings, right? You could come from the same parents, and your siblings are gonna have a totally different experience than you did. I can tell you for sure, growing up, my experiences were different from my siblings' experience. In fact, I was labeled the black sheep of the family at one point, right? For certain reasons that I won't dive into. But that was a past memory that I remember. And I understood why that was said. However, I did not conform into such prophecies because I have a decisions to make, and I made my decision not to live into such prophecy, which is when somebody speaks over you. You can have the ability to say you believe into whatever they speak over you, or you can say no, that's not who I am. In fact, I am such and such, and you override such words over yourself. You overpower it. All right. You reject such prophecies or prayers or desires over you because they do not align with who you are. Okay. Your mind is divided into conscious, subconscious. The body has its own, the tools it has. All right. Eyes, you can uh, you can hear, or let me just, well, you can see. Let me use the verbs, right? The action one. You can see, you can hear, you can touch, you can feel, you can taste. All right, five senses. Those are the tools of the body. In fact, let me even dive into one deeper one, right? A lot of you convince your brain to be the mind. The brain is also made of the same matter as your skin, okay? So your brain is not your mind, okay? Now, it's a generator of electricity that powers your body, right? That's where all these neurons and activities get fired, right? You got neurons moving around your body in light speed. And those are all operating, they're all operated by this guy right here, the subconscious, right? Your central processing unit, all right? Your subconscious is in charge of your heartbeat, your digestive system, your circulatory system, your respiratory system, your reproductive system, excretory system, everything, right? You can go on, right? Your subconscious is in charge of it. These things happens without you even knowing it's going on or without you even bothering about it because you can't do what the subconscious mind does, right? While you're asleep, it's healing, it's repairing muscles, it's healing your body. And in fact, your subconscious mind is the one that created the physical body you can actually see. And it took 9 months to create it, right? So your subconscious mind understands the blueprint and every single details and every cell to the atomic level of the things that formed your body. That's what the subconscious mind did. The conscious, however, was later developed as you continue to grow as a baby. See, a newborn baby doesn't have a conscious mind. Babies can't think, okay? The subconscious mind has always been there since the beginning of time. Your mind, or your conscious mind, which makes you, the decisions you make. A lot of babies and toddlers are developing consciousness. They're starting to make minor decisions. However, we got parents that override some of their decisions because they believe they know what's best for the kid at the given time. But as they continue to grow up into and develop into teenagers and young adults and adults, then you start to make your own decisions, all right? So this impacts a lot of the way somebody grows up, right? If you grew up around an environment where while your consciousness, while you don't make your own decisions, is non-existent, and all your subconscious is vulnerable because you can't choose for yourself. So whatever language you grew up around, whatever country you grew up in, whatever situation your family was in when you were born, all of that thing going around just go straight into your subconscious. It's creating your programming, all right? It's creating your paradigm. This is your software programming, right? Now, if you think babies cannot understand or take in things, words, or experiences that's going around, yeah, consciously they're not. But do not underestimate that the subconscious do not care. It just takes in whatever it hears, sees. It takes it as experiences, and the child grows up to start experiencing such things. However, as the child continues to grow, they can decide they want to make a change because why? They developed a consciousness, right? Some people grow up and their parents want to force them to be engineers, nurses, and whatnot. Then you grew up and was like, no, I want to be a DJ. You know what? I want to be an astronaut. Otherwise, or I want to be this or that. I want to do whatever I want to do, right? You start to develop your own consciousness and you start to make your own decisions. So that's when you get to choose yes or no. And whatever your software design or your programming is down here, because you can't solve two masters at once, right? You can't think great and failure at the same time. You can either be great or you can either be not great. You can either be rich in mindset or you can be poor in mindset. We'll dive into another day, another time. But whatever you continue to choose here, all right, start to form your programming. Continuous repetition creates habitual patterns, which later then becomes your character, right? And your character then go on and form your destiny. That becomes your future. But all of this is done by a bunch of daily yes and no's and choices you make consciously, which then goes in and changes subconscious. Why did I explain all of this? Because I want you to remember that your goal on earth, all right, is to be a master of mind, a magnetic authority shaping time, energy, resonance. And what is your mind? Your mind is the magnetic interface or intelligence navigating destiny or nourishing design. So with your mind, with your thoughts, you're designing your tomorrow. With your thoughts, a week from now, the things that will happen a week from now, a month from now, 6 months from now, you're thinking it. All right, you're connected. Your mind is connected to the infinite source where you get ideas from. Yeah. So now let me write the faculties of the mind. This is faculties of the body, right? Your brain is the your brain is the generator of electricity here, right? Brain. And your heart is also here. But all of this, the brain and mind and heart is also operated by the subconscious mind. But this is a more deeper teaching here that I don't want to go out of line of what I'm discussing right now. We'll cover those eventually. Your conscious mind has its own faculties, all right? It has perspective, it has a will, it has a memory, it has intuition, intuition. Yeah, can't forget this one. This is massive. I would argue this is the king of them. Imagination, right? I love the ability of the mind's imagination. It's very keen to how you really shape your tomorrow, how you change your life, right? Imagination and intuition, all right? So today, your words are commands, right? Which I stated earlier, and commands and laws, all right? Commands are your words, your laws are the things you write down. Why is this so important? All right? These commands and laws fulfill two things, right? It fulfills the laws that govern reality. What do I mean? The law of reality that says, as above, so below. You can call it whatever you, you think in heaven, so shall it be on earth, as within, so without, right? Everything is in twos, right? Polarity. Everything is polar opposite of each other, right? Whatever goes up must come down. An object in motion or stationary, right? Energy is always transferring from one form to another, right? You cannot destroy energy, which means when my mind exit this body, this came from dust, it goes back to dust, it goes back to sand. You didn't destroy my body. It's transformed from one form to another. And my mind is indestructible, all right? Krishna, right? It's indestructible. It goes back to the infinite intelligence. That's where it came from, right? The image of God put in you. It's a replica, it's a duplicate. Now that I mentioned your mind is a duplicate of the infinite intelligence, that lets you know how powerful you are, okay? You are not called to beg for things to happen. You're called to create. How do you create? With your thoughts. You first think it. If it's something you like, then you speak it into existence, right? You speak it in present terms. I am. I have. I be, right? You don't want to use I wish, because now you're not deserving. You're reflecting lack. You don't want to reflect like you are not. Because the previous teaching, I told us about identity, right? Whatever you desire to be, you must identify as. Okay? You cannot identify as your past. If you want to be something that you desire, maybe a millionaire, a billionaire, successful, whatever you define to be successful, or whatever you desire from your heart, you must identify as that. Then everything comes to you from that. And what do I mean by that? Okay? Once you want to change your situation, remember your body, your current reality is over here, right? Reality. Okay? Hope that's very clear. Yes, it is. Reality is over here, okay? Whatever you impress into your subconscious mind. What do I mean by impress? Whatever you speak or think. If you think it or you speak it or you write it down, okay, you are impressing in your subconscious mind. Let's see the subconscious mind as a fertile soil, right? When you plant a seed in a soil, okay, you have to water it. Watering it is like the continuous repetition of what you think and speak about yourself every day. If you think and speak it, you will become it, right? Thoughts become things for a reason, because your thoughts are energy shaping your tomorrow, right? You just don't think about bad things and you wonder, oh, why is my situation the way it is? If you want to change your situation, you must change from within, because it fulfills the law. As within, so without. So if without has problems and troubles, it's because you have troubles internally, right? You're not a product of your external environment. You're a product of your internal environment. Your internal environment is expressed. Whatever you impress onto the mind shall be expressed. As above, so below. As within, so without. As it is in heaven, the spiritual realm, so shall it be on earth. all of these laws are always fulfilled. So how do you change your environment? You change your environment by changing your mind. What do you do? What are you dwelling in your mind, in your silent time, in your quiet time, your personal time? What are you thinking of? Are you thinking about lack? When you think about lack, you are impressing lack or problems or failures into your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind there sends out energy, frequencies that crystallizes into experiences and moments and coincidence into your reality. So if you do not like your reality, like I said in the previous teaching, you have to exit. Stop using your sight. Stop believing what you see, hear, touch, feel. Because if you're in hell right now, you're already in hell. You're feeling it. Things are tough. You're not getting the results you want. When you believe what you see as a result of the things you do not like, you are only reaffirming, which means you're picking yes or no. It's simple and complicated. You're just choosing yes or no consciously, because that's the command you have. You're in charge of the subconscious. The subconscious doesn't negotiate or argue with you, right? Which is why you're a creature of choice. Okay, you have choice. You have free will. You have power over yourself. Don't worry about politics or your boss or whatever is going on around you. You just think positive. Okay, in the infinite realm or spiritual realm of intelligence, there's always positive or negative energies. Everything exists. Okay? So a situation can turn bad because you're dwelling on it. Right? When you start to feel that way, all right, you have to recognize it immediately. Okay, I'm vibrating low right now. I am vibrating means you are thinking negative energy, right? You are allowing negative thoughts to be impressed into your subconscious. Once you recognize it, because this is the reality, you're gonna get mad, right? The goal is to achieve a great state of mind where you're more poised, right? You can control, you have emotional control. But at least as you continue to develop, it will be great that you know how to recognize this early. When you are upset or when you start to think negatively, you catch yourself and you reverse it and say, no, I do not identify as that. That's not who we are, right? Certain situations do not have power over this mind. I rebuke you. You have no access over this mind, right? I built my firewall. Okay? Any virus that try to go into my subconscious mind, which is your one job. Your job is to secure your software right here. You are a firewall. And depending on how weak or strong your firewall is, will determine what goes into your subconscious mind, which shapes your reality. So you have to recognize it, and immediately you have to say, I do not identify as poor. I do not identify as weak. No, my pain in my body is not my reality. I speak healing over myself. I am strong. I am powerful. I am capable. I am unstoppable. Nothing can stop me. All right? I identify who I am, and the world bends to me. I do not bend to reality. Reality bends to my will. Why? Because my words are commands and my writings are law. Right? How do you take ideas, right? When you get ideas via intuition. Intuition is your ability to connect to the infinite source, right? Everything exists already. All the answers exist. When you dwell in your mind and you think about solving a problem, ideas begin to flow. When ideas flow, right, then you speak it out. You command it. And you choose whichever idea you want to create into your reality. But most importantly, you have to write it down in a journal. Once you put it down in writing, you have fulfilled the law. It is complete. As above, so below. As within, so without. So when you speak it, you also write it. Because also when you go back and review your journals, you can reaffirm what you say you are. So whenever you are doubting yourself or you got noise, external noise creeping in, right? Fear and anxiety creeps in. You go back into your journal, remember what you wrote about yourself. I am powerful, I am fearless, I am capable, I am unstoppable, nothing can stop me. Because you wrote a law, and a law is true. However, if you only do this 1 day, 2 days out of the week, once in a blue moon, your seed, when it's growing, is going to be attacked by external noise, like, right? By the thorns, the weeds, the ones you didn't plant in it is just going to grow, and they're going to kill your dreams. Okay? Dream killers. But by daily repetition, you must water your seed. You have to write every day. You have to say your affirmation. Remind yourself who you are. Act like it. Be it. Don't wish for it. All right? You have the power to become whatever you want to be. All you have to do is identify as that version. Then everything else comes to you. Okay? Your words are commands. You speak it out. Your writings are law. You put it in paper. Don't write in an iPhone. Don't make iPhone notes, right? Don't put it on Google Docs. Your handwriting is power, shared power. Put it down, pen and paper. Why? Paper is made from tree, and tree is from where? Grew from the ground. The same energy as tree is paper. It's just vibrating at a different frequency. Everything, including this, is all made from earth. So, as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. Everything around you right now, you look around, everything was made from earth. Raw material, whether crude oil, iron ore, copper, whatever, everything came from earth. So when you get intuitive ideas from heaven, from the harmonic ether, all right, from the infinite intelligence, you have to put it down in writing. You hear a lot of motivational speakers says when you have goals or dreams or whatever, 60% is writing it down. True. They didn't explain why. The truth is because once you put it down on paper, it is law. Because you have a vision from your mind, you put it down in writing, that's 60% done. It is law. The other 30% or 40%, you have to water it every day, right? You have to water it every day. Because the subconscious mind is in charge of linking or creating events and scenarios or coincidence, you may call it, where the opportunity for you to take actions finds you, right? Because you are acting from a state of being. You're not chasing. Whatever you chase will run. Don't chase, you attract. The subconscious mind will broadcast, because whatever you seek is seeking you. It's going to broadcast frequencies out. And the people who need to meet that requirement on an even plane, which means you need each other, it will create an incidence where that situation happens. Then both sides are taking action, right? The person you are needing also needs you. So it's an even playing field. So you don't lack anything. You're just identifying as something, and everything on that frequency comes to you. So what are you identifying as? What commands are you speaking of yourself? What laws are you writing? When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you speak of yourself? Because those things are shaping your tomorrow. All right? So I beseech you, I encourage you to go back into the other videos and understand. If there's anything you would like me to include or any questions you have for me, drop it in the comment sections, okay? Like and share the video. Share this word with everybody else, all right? Take your powers back. You are called to be a commander of earth, to be a commander of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is in charge of putting opportunities, putting you in the right place at the right time, right? You hear that a lot. I'm at the right place at the right time. Duh, it's no coincidence. This guy is in charge of it. Your job is to choose what you allow to be programmed into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is going to broadcast and attract. All right. See you on another